It was a lot better than the Aaron Rodgers stuff yesterday, was it not? What did you think watching that whole thing?
Yeah, listen, I don't get the sense right now that the Steelers were put off by anything he said, because I think they had all the information that Aaron told the world yesterday. They know he's going through some personal stuff right now, and like Art said at the owners' meetings, they're willing to wait a little while longer. Now, I think the question for the Steelers now is how long are you willing to wait? Honestly, Jason, I don't think this alters their draft strategy whatsoever. I think all things are in play next week in terms of a quarterback. But whether he signs or not is not going to change that. So to me now it becomes, okay, do you want to have him in there by OTAs? I would think so. I don't get the sense they want this to drag into training camp in the summer, but I still think we might have another month or so to go before this is resolved.
Ray, how does it not alter their draft strategy? Devil's advocate. I mean, I'm gonna if I think I'm signing Aaron Rodgers, I'm gonna try to improve my team for 2025. Like, how would they just proceed? And maybe he shows up, maybe he doesn't. I don't see how it can not alter their draft strategy. You know more than me, but I mean, what goes into your head when you say that?
Yeah, just that Aaron Rodgers is going to be a one-shot deal, 1 year for 2025. And
does that mean they're not going to take a quarterback then, you think?
No. I think all signs are pointing towards them taking a quarterback. But what I'm saying is, if Aaron Rodgers does not sign, I don't think it necessarily means, oh boy, we got to jump up and get Shedeur Sanders or Jackson Dart in the first round. They could still take one of those guys at 21. Maybe if their three defensive line targets aren't there, or anyone else is there that they like. If a quarterback is the highest player on their board, they could certainly take him. But it just seems to me that the way they've done this is they're probably going to go D-line at 21. If Walter Nolan, Kenneth Grant, and Derek Harmon are available, one of those three is there, I think they'll go D-line.
Okay.
But listen, anything is in play if they're gone. Omarion Hampton, the running back from North Carolina, was in here. They've had a bunch of first-round targets that they're looking at, so I wouldn't rule out Sanders or Dart if they are there.
Okay, all right. My ears perked up for a second, Ray, when you said all signs are pointing to them taking a quarterback, but then you clarified. You're saying anywhere in the draft. You're not saying at 21.
Yeah. And right now, I'm more likely to think it's third or fourth round, but I want to keep 21 in play just because, there is that hole on their roster. They need a franchise quarterback, whether Aaron is here or not.
Yeah, I just wish they would know by the time they're on the clock whether Aaron Rodgers was that guy or not, but I guess I'm not going to get that wish. All right, Ray, one thing I'm a little confused by, Art Rooney II said at the owners' meetings that he had sort of positive signals about Aaron Rodgers. How do you think that is? Like, do you think that's wishful thinking on his part? Do you think Aaron Rodgers might be giving mixed messages? Why would he say that?
Yeah, I mean, listen, Aaron was given the opportunity yesterday to say that the Steelers are in the driver's seat, and he didn't do that for whatever reason. So I think that sort of came off as maybe, a negative towards the Steelers. But honestly, Jason, we're not privy to what went on in those 6 hours inside the Rooney Sports Complex. And everything that we've heard that's been leaked out is that it was a positive meeting for the Steelers, and Aaron pretty much said that again, yesterday. I don't know why he wouldn't answer that question and say the Steelers were the team yesterday. That's a little puzzling to me, but I still think that the Steelers believe they're in a good spot, and I think they're willing to wait, like Art said, a little while longer, to get an answer.